So just take your time to settle and explore your spine. Sitting on the floor can be challenging, but it's also really good for the body. Allow the natural curves of your spine to present themselves. Look for that length through the spine. Find the base of your sitting bones. Let the chin tuck slightly and feel the length rising up through the crown, down into the hips, feeling grounded, feeling centered, feeling nice and settled. And as you relax into your body, observe that lovely rise and fall of the breath. And the expansion and contraction. The movement through the front, the back, and the sides of the body. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes, especially that space between the eyebrows. And gently draw your hands together in front of your heart space. Feel that lovely connection between the palms and the fingers. Just take a moment to find the energy of joy and appreciation in your body. And feel free to join me with a lovely loud Om, or you can do a very quiet or soft one and feel the resonance through your body, taking a deep breath in. Keeping your eyes closed, rubbing your hands together and either placing those palms over your eyes or any part of your body that could use more of this pranic energy. Take a lovely deep breath and spread that energy over your body. So let's do a little fascia stretching for the back with a nice cat stretch. Sitting cross-legged, hands on your knees. You can raise your hips if you need to. We're going to pull the arms back through those knees. Find that energy as you pull your arms through. Let the chest open, lips together, let the chin rise. Keep pulling the arms, so we're putting resistance on the whole way through. As you exhale, continue to pull back, round the back, chin down towards the chest. Inhaling, moving forward. And keep that energy, that strength working through the arms. The resistance of those arms moving backwards, trying to draw the arms through the knees as you round and expand through your heart space. This helps to just gently stretch out the fascia in the back of the body, that connective tissue that can get a little bit shrink wrapped. Let your breath guide you, move nice and slow. You might hear some crinkling, crinkling, crackling. We're just going to do one more. And then inhale yourself back to center. Bring one hand across to the other hand. And we're going to repeat the same thing, but with this little slight twist into the body. So as you exhale, draw the hands into the body, round the back. Inhale. Pull the hands through those knees. Expand through the chest. Exhaling to round and continue at your own pace. Keep that resistance going through the arms. The arms are going to get a bit of a workout here. Building some strength in the arms, building some heat in the body, and getting that lovely movement through the spine, through the back. And even up through the neck and the throat. We're going to do one more. Finishing the last one on the side. Releasing to center, bringing your hand over to the other side, and then reaching over. Bring that resistance through the knee, round through the back. Working at your own pace, nice and slow. Keep that strength moving through the arms. Couple more. Finishing your last one off, the arms should be getting pretty tired. And then releasing to center. If the arms are sore, just give them a good little shake out. We'll change the cross of the leg so the other leg is out in front now. Bring your opposite hand across to the opposite knee. Sit up nice and tall, breathing in. As you exhale, allow yourself to twist into it from the belly button. Feel that twist happening from the belly button upwards, keeping the lower back, the lower spine nice and squared to the front. You can look around with the neck, just finding that stretch that feels good. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. And then release through center. Reaching across to the other knee, breathe in, lengthen, and start to work that slow rotation around, keeping, again, the hips nice and squared and allowing your body to rotate a little bit more. Every exhale, giving you a little bit more leverage. Checking in with the neck, letting the shoulders drop away from those ears. And then release through center. Release your legs. Give them a good little shake out, a little rub out. What's this called? Walk out. And then stretch them out. Let them rock out from side to side and let the legs open out to the edges of your mat. And just let the hips and the knees and the ankles loosen. You can lean back into it here. And then we'll start to rotate the ankles. Whenever there's tight or sore backs, working our way through the whole back line of the body from the feet all the way up to the crown is super handy. Roll back the other way. Breathe deeply. And then bringing the feet together, point those toes. Really point them, stretch out that top of the legs. See if you can feel the shins stretching, the tops of the feet. And then pull the toes back towards you. Heels reaching out, toes pulling back. Belly in slightly. And then soften, shake it out. Breathe in and exhale, just let the body round. So we're not trying to stretch the legs, we're just checking in with the back, just letting the body round here. You can let the head drop or not, and you might not go very far, that's okay. Just see where you feel the tightness. It might be in your legs, but it might be in your lower back or your mid back. Just let the body wind down. And as you do, you might notice the stretch changing in the body. Inhale, gently pick the body up. And we'll shift our hips so we can come down onto our backs into a nice bridge position. Knees to the sky, feet to the ground, length through the spine here. We'll start off with our pelvic rolls just to get everything loosening up through the spine and the pelvic floor. Drop the lower back down into the ground. Belly button draws down, lower back draws in, so we've flattened out that lumbar curve. Feel how that feels in the body. Notice what happens in the glutes and the legs, and then relax. Notice how that curve resets gently. The hips tilt back the other way. Tilt the hips again, dropping the lower back into the ground. And then relax and feel that lumbar curve come back. Drop the belly button down again, tilting the hips, lower back pressing into the ground. And then this time, rock the pelvis the opposite direction, exaggerating the lumbar curve. Breathe into it, exhale, rock it back the other way. Lower back really pressing that into the ground. The hips might even lift a smidge. Release, rock the pelvis the other way, exaggerate that curve. And then roll it back, lowering the lumbar curve to the ground. One more time, rock up, giving yourself a big exaggerated curve, and then flattening it out. As you flatten out this time, strengthen the glutes, press through the feet, rise up to the upper back area. Chin in the chest is slightly tucked, but not a lot. Create a little nice space between the back of the neck. Hug the thighs in, squeeze the glutes in. Start to tuck the tailbone up towards you. The upper back is really connected through the floor here. Really try and tuck the tailbone, hug those legs in, make sure your knees are comfortable. This is going to activate the glutes, energize the legs, power up the core of the body. Make sure the chin and the chest still remain comfortable, the neck is comfortable, the upper back and the shoulders are relaxed. And then relax the hips down. Whew. Drop the lower back into the ground again, press the hips up. Just again coming to the same position, tucking the pelvic floor through. So you're tucking, it's like you're lengthening your pubic bone to your knees and then curling it up and around towards your face. That's sort of the action you can visualize. You'll feel those glutes really squeezing, hugging, activating, and then relax down. Exaggerate the lumbar curve, lifting belly button to the sky as the hips press into the floor, and then roll it back down. Press the lower back into the floor, press through the feet, let the hips rise up. Maybe lifting a little more if you want to. If that doesn't feel good on the lower back, then just keep the upper back on the floor and roll the pelvic bowl towards you. But if you're comfortable lifting a little higher, you can allow your chest to lift. You can start to walk your shoulders underneath you, breathing up into a full bridge if you want to, creating a little space for the chin and the chest. Breathe, hold, whichever one you've chosen to go with. 5, 4, you can still choose to try and lengthen the tailbone even though you're lifting. 3, 2, 1, release the shoulders and gently roll down one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the ground. Once you land there, let the spine do its thing. Finding your natural curves, feeling your body very much connected into the ground now. And then drop the knees out wide, feet together, butterfly pose. Bring the arms overhead, grab hold of your elbows. Just let the body relax. Now you'll feel more of an exaggeration in the lumbar curve, but you'll allow your hips to invite gravity to open them out a little more. Find comfort in the upper back and the neck and the shoulders. Take 3 deep abdominal breaths. And then we're going to bring those knees back in and draw them up. Give yourself a hug. Bring the nose up between the knees. Good little squeeze up here. And then release. Let the legs drop out to the side. So this is an easy happy baby where we just hold the knees. Let the whole spine lengthen into the floor here. Breathe deeply. If you already feel tightness in your hips and your groin area, then you can ease up on the legs a little bit. Or if you want to go a little bit more into a full happy baby, you can lift the feet to the sky, grab hold of the ankles or the feet or hook the back of the knees. Try and lengthen your tailbone to the ground. Pull your shoulder blades down to the floor and draw your knees towards your armpits as an active happy baby. Breathe deeply. And then exhale. Ooh, release the feet out to the side. Extend your arms out to the side. We're going to drop the knees over towards the right. The feet stay wide. And dropping the knees out towards the right side. If that left knee needs an adjustment, you can move it around a little bit until it's comfortable. Right foot can come over on top of the left knee and thigh or not. It depends on how that left knee feels about the pressure here. And then if it's comfortable, you can bring your right arm beside your left arm beside your left ear and press up through that left hip bone. But just see how it feels. It might just be that the arm is extended, but the body is relaxed, or you might be able to press down through the knee, up through the hip for a stretch out through the side of the body. Getting a nice stretch through the TFL and down the IT band. And then relax, release the foot, bring those knees back up. And they're still wide edges of the mat there. Drop your knees over to the other side. And just see if you need to adjust your feet, find a comfortable position. And then if you want, that left foot can come over the top of the knee. The right arm can come up by the ear. You can press up through the hip and down through the knee if that feels right, or not. It's all about finding the comfort in your own body, the stability. You can also draw the belly button down to the ground here. Rather than letting the lower back curve away from the floor, you can almost use your core to pull it back down to the floor. A lot of strength through the front core of the body. It's all optional. It's all about experiencing and exploring and finding different ways to experience the same pose. Go ahead and relax yourself out of that, bringing those legs back up and just gently rock them out from side to side. And then walk the feet back in, extend your left leg to the ground, draw your right knee in, squeeze it in nice and close. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift the body to meet the thigh. Try not to try and bring a nose or face to knee. It's more about the body meeting the thigh and finding comfort in the neck area. And then release yourself down. Extend your leg to the sky. You can hold anywhere along the back of the leg. You can run your hands up further if you're feeling more flexible. And then exhale, release the leg down. Hug your left leg in, give it a good squeeze into your body, lengthening down through that right side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your body up and hold your body up here. Remember, no strain through the neck. Length out through the leg. Breathe and hold and find your strength. And then when you're ready, releasing the body down, extend your leg up. Just find what feels good. You can roll out the foot a bit if that's comfortable, or maybe you find tightness. You can run your hand up the leg as much as you like. And then release the legs. Extend the arms out overhead. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up, give yourself a big full body stretch. Deep breath, stretch, 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 and release. Walk your feet over towards the right side of your mat, trying to keep the feet together. And then walk your shoulders to the right side of the mat as well, creating that crescent shape or the banana shape. If having the arms overhead is uncomfortable, just change their position, bring them down. Or you can grab hold of your left wrist and pull it over to the right a little more for even more connection down that left stretch. You can also explore by hooking your right ankle over the top of the left, or even the left over the top of the right. And then try and draw both hip bones and both shoulders down to the ground. Breathe deeply, getting a nice compression through the right side and a big old stretch through the left side. Deep breath and release yourself back to center, drawing those knees in. And give yourself a good squeeze through center. And then releasing, walking your heels off to the left. Walk your shoulders to the left as well. You can extend the arms and you can grab hold of that right wrist and pull it over more. And explore hooking those ankles. Which one gives you that better connection? Draw down through the right side of your body. And allow the hips and the shoulders to connect to the ground. Breathe deeply. You can also just relax into this pose. Just follow your intuition. Looking for what feels right in this moment. And then release back to center. Drawing those knees in and bringing your nose up between the knees. Nice little counter pose. And then starting to gently rock yourself forward and back. If rocking and rolling is uncomfortable, just rock side to side. Otherwise, massaging the whole length of the spine. And we shall cross our ankles and roll over, finding our way onto our hands and knees. And finding ourselves in tabletop position. Tuck your toes and press up into your downward facing dog, reaching up through your sitting bones, down through your heels, and looking for a nice full body stretch. Feel free to walk it out and explore your body. Hopefully it actually feels surprisingly good now after all our floor work. And then when you're ready, just find stillness. Reaching up through your sitting bones. The head can rest between the arms or it can just hang out. Holding the belly up and in slightly as you lengthen through the spine. A couple of deep breaths, find your strength. Make sure your weight is even through your arms and your legs. Notice if you're favoring one side or the other and see if you can really truly even the weight out. You could explore rolling your armpits in towards your face. If that feels okay in the elbows, sometimes people with hyperextended elbows, that doesn't work. And you can also explore pressing down through the pads of the fingertips and especially down through the first knuckle of the thumb and the index finger. And then go ahead, drop your knees and come into a child's pose. And breathe into the back of your body. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, coming back up to your tabletop position, tucking your toes underneath you and pressing yourself back into your feet. Lifting the knees, pressing back, keeping the body forward and getting a nice stretch out here. Through the soles of the feet, into the heels, into the calf muscles. Let's keep breathing into it because it'll start to intensify. And if it does become too intense, just ease off. You can lean forward a bit more rather than back. A few more breaths. And release onto your knees. Coming back to that tabletop position. Left hand planting into the ground underneath your shoulder. Right arm extending. Let's roll out the wrist. And then we're going to take the arm through, not taking the body down yet. We're just going to reach through. Extend as far as you can. Get that nice stretch out. And get a little strength working in the core and the arm. Press through your supporting arm. Bring the arm, right arm back through, reaching to the sky. Breathe in and exhale. Take it through again. Really reaching out there. And inhale, take it up. And exhale, this time coming all the way down to your thread the needle. So making sure you land comfortably, shoulder between the knees. And supporting your head. Your shoulders can also be on a pillow or a cushion. And you can use your left hand as leverage or support. You can allow yourself to rotate into a bigger twist or just support yourself as you are. The left hand can rise up, can tuck behind you. Again, finding what feels appropriate for your body right now. Make sure your neck is not straining. Breathe deeply. And then release your hand. And right, inhaling up, tabletop position, exhale, round, inhale, open, exhale, round, inhale, open, and exhale, round. Neutral spine. Energize down through your right arm. Make sure it's supporting you so you can bring your left arm up. Roll the wrist out a little. Feel that stretch through the side of the body. And then we're going to thread it through and reach out. Reach as far as you can go. Supporting yourself with that right arm. Press through the right arm. Inhale to rise. Expanding up. And then exhale, taking that through. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Press through that right arm, extending again. And this time, we'll take it through to the ground. So finding that comfort, hips over knees or maybe slightly in front, but no more than an inch or two in front or behind the knees. Using your right hand as leverage or support, make sure your neck is comfortable. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose. Make sure your head is comfortable, your neck is not straining. And deep breath and release, coming up to your tabletop again. As you exhale, round your back. Inhale, expand. Feeling all of that energy shifting through your body. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Reaching up and back through your sitting bones. Step your feet closer in. Find your strength through your arms, lengthen through your sit bone, and lift your right leg up into the sky, pressing up and back. And then exhale, release. Swapping sides, left leg now rising up, creating that even weight distribution through your arms, extending out through your leg, finding your strength, relaxation through the neck. Breathe into it. Extend, extend, extend. And go ahead. Release. Reach up through the tailbone. Bend your knees, look to the hands, and make your way up to the top of your mat and hang out here. Let the whole body lengthen. Bending your knees as much as you need to and just allowing your spine to stretch out. Deep breaths. Feel that expansion through the back of your body. On your next exhale, as you feel your belly draw in, start to press through the feet and rise up. As you start to lift, you can inhale to open and expand the heart space. And reaching up or up and back, and then coming back to center. Interlace your fingers. Step your feet together, reach your hands up and reach out to the side, breathing into it. Back to center and over to the other side. Try not to grip through your toes. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, release. Inhale, take those hands up. Interlace your fingers. You can separate your feet now. Draw the belly in and rise up to your toes. Looking for that focal point. Lengthen down through the tailbone. Energize the thighs up into the body. Feel the feet working. Feel the arms extending. Feel the body nice and focused and balanced and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms. Bring them behind you and clasp the hands and expand. Draw the belly in. Pull those shoulder blades together. If it feels comfortable for you to drop the gaze, go ahead and give that a go. If not, just straight up, straight on is all good. And then release the arms. Loosen out those shoulders. And let's come to the top of the mat if you're not already there. And sorry, I've got this other microphone here. Hands in front of your heart space. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, bow to the ground. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Bring your fingertips to your shins. You can bend your knees if you need to. Press your fingers into your shins into your fingers, and lengthen your spine. Breathing your rib cage up into the back of the body. Try not to drop the head. Breathe deeply, expanding through the sides of the body or the back of the body, just finding your breath. And exhale, let everything hang out. Maybe hold on to your elbows and just hang here for a few breaths, feeling the body stretching more. If it's too much, you can raise the body above the level of the heart. Releasing the hands, step your right foot back. Let's rock those ankles out a little bit. And then dropping into a nice big lunge, walking your right foot off to the edge of the mat. Coming into our big old runner's lunge. Since we've done a lot of stretching already, we can come straight into this and maybe even go deep into it. It depends on how you feel. So you can have your props, you can have your hands on blocks, you can have your forearms on blocks, you can have your hands on your legs, or you can bring your forearms all the way down to the ground. It all depends on how you're feeling. Make sure, as always, that your knee and that foot on that left side are tracking in the same direction. Breathe deeply and let your hips sink down. And then work your way away from the knee about 45 degrees, and this could be up higher or it could still be down in that low position. And then bringing yourself back to your normal runner's lunge, a little high. Breathe into it, see how that feels for your body. Make sure your knee's happy. Walk the foot back in. And then gently move into your half split pose. Drawing your toes towards you, your chest forward. If you're feeling more flexible, you can move into a full split pose, or you can even sit back. For some people, they feel more of a stretch in this position. So just finding whichever one works. And you can be half split supported, full split, back split. Just as long as you're finding that connection into your hamstrings. Sometimes you might feel it in your calf muscles. Make sure it's not pulling at the joints, but it's really, you're feeling that stretch in the belly of the muscles. And then releasing that front leg back into a tabletop for a moment, widening out your knees and sinking yourself into a wide-legged child's pose. Inhale to rise. Bringing the knees back in, walking the hands forward, tucking your toes, finding your downward facing dog. If you can, press up to your toes, round your back, let your chin come in towards your chest. And then exhale, release the heels to the ground. And again, rise up, round the back, chin in towards the chest. And then release into your normal down dog. Go ahead, make your way back to the top of your mat and allow yourself to hang out. Half lift as you breathe in, And exhale, bow. Left foot stepping back now. Rocking out. And dropping into that low lunge, moving your foot over to the other side of the mat, coming into that runner's lunge. You can stay right here. Or you can make your way a little lower. Just finding where your body needs to be right now. Walking off 45 degrees towards the left. Coming back to center and rising up if you're down low. Just letting those hips sink down a little more. Then go ahead, walk your foot back in. And then gradually, slowly move back into that half split. Or that full split. Or the sitting back onto the legs split. And just find where your body wants to be. Support yourself. Breathe deeply. Take a nice deep breath and slowly ease your way back into a normal child's pose this time, or thereabouts. You can always be much higher if full child's pose is no good. And just allow yourself to soften into a nice relaxing position. Inhale, rise up, Vajrasana. Now, if tucking your toes under is uncomfortable or doesn't work for you, then work on sitting into your Vajrasana. If you are okay tucking your toes under, tuck them under and sit back onto those heels. Keep the belly drawn in. And then if that's okay, and actually it's much easier when we do take the knees up because it takes the angle out of the toes, we will move into a toe balance. Picking those knees up, you can use your hands or not. And you can also have props beside you. So let the feet do the work here. Otherwise, just normal Vajrasana is totally fine. And we can bring our hands overhead, or they can stay down if they're supporting you. It's all good. Just find the thing that works for you right now. And then releasing the hands and allow yourself to sit back down into your Vajrasana. And again, if this is challenging, stay there, or you can lean back. Now, if this is challenging, absolutely just stay here. You can have props underneath you to support you, or you can lean back here and pull one knee up. So this stretches the ankles. You can swap and pull the other knee up. If your ankle's already getting a stretch just by sitting, that's okay. And if you're comfortable, you can pull both knees up. You can support yourself the whole time, or you can balance and hold the knees. Breathe in whichever position you're at. Breathe. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release yourself out into your tabletop position. Give the feet a tap, tuck them under, press up, downward facing dog. Reach into that down dog, and we're going to step our right foot forward, turn the back foot out a bit and find a warrior 1. If warrior 1 doesn't work, high lunge is fine. Now the back foot isn't turned out all the way because it's not a warrior 2. We're just trying to get the heel to the ground and pointing our big toe up to the top corner of the mat. You can still pull back through the right hip crease and zip the energy up through the center of the body. So feel the belly coming in, that energy rising up here and energizing out through the back leg. If you need to lift the heel and bend the knee, that's all good. Just do what your body needs from you. Just keep drawing the energy in. Make sure your knee is in alignment with your foot. That's super important. Bringing the hands up overhead. Breathe into it. Warrior 1, maybe sinking a little deeper, or high lunge, sinking a little deeper, whichever one you're holding right now. Let's just bring fingertips together and let the palms open out. Shoulders open, energy coming out through the crown, rib cage in, belly in. Feel the strength pulling back through that right hip crease. Exhale, reach forward just a bit so we get a nice line from the heel to the crown. Arrowhead pose. If you're in warrior 1, this can be a bit intense in the calf muscle, so if you need to lift the heel and turn the foot in more, that's okay. Breathe deeply. Now, we're going to go into that balance again, that warrior 3. So you can always have your hand on your knee as you shift your weight forward. And then look for your warrior 3, wherever that might be. Or if you're comfortable, you can just throw yourself into it and look for that balance straight away. There's nothing wrong with being bent in the front leg, toes maybe tapping the ground or just a little bit lifted, and maybe having one hand on the leg and one hand outstretched. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's going to work your glutes just as much as a full warrior 3 would. Breathe into it. Whoops. I turned around to look at you and I fell out. 5, 4 is wherever you need to be. You can even have a hand on the ground, the knee really bent and the back leg extended. 3, 2, 1. Drop back into a high lunge. Breathe the hands up and then step to the top of the mat. Shake out those legs. And we're going to step the right foot back now, finding our warrior 1 or our high lunge on this side. Draw back through your right hip crease. Draw the belly in, zip the energy up through the crown. Fingertips touching. Draw the ribs back into the body. Look for that lovely strength through the core of the body. Everything coming up through one solid line through the center of the body and maybe sinking a little deeper, maybe not. Breathe, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching into that arrowhead pose, reaching back into the back heel, pulling the ribs in to the body, feeling how your body is strong. Not gripping into the toes, but letting the feet really work through the ball of the foot and the heel, and then finding your warrior 3. You can take it slow. There's nothing wrong with just playing around and finding your way. Or if you're confident with it, you can just fly straight into it. Whoops, and wobble around like me. And use all of the props in your room. You can use a wall if you like. Hold. Hold, hold, find that focus, find that strength. 3, 2, 1, that will set that glute on fire. Release back up, high lunge, and then step up. Shake it off. Shake it all off, shake it all out. Give your body a good shake out all over. And then let's come to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, bow. Last down dog. Step back into that. Reach up through your sit bones and now roll yourself through to a plank. Knees, chest, chin. Release cobra. Tuck the body under. Sink back, child's pose. Breathe yourself up, Vajrasana. Hands to your heart. And now you get to lie down. So come on to your back. If you want to grab your warm things and pop them on, go for it. So lying down, give yourself a well-deserved hug. Nose up between the knees for a moment. Deep breath and release. And then finding a twist. Or if you prefer, instead of a twist, you can do your little thread the needle. Breathe deeply. And then swapping sides, maybe twisting to the other side or threading the needle on that side. And then release and walk the feet out. Bring them out to the edge of the mat. Give them a nice little window wiper action. And extending the legs and the arms up. Shake it all off. Like really shake it all off. And then that's our quiet tantrum. And then extending the legs out. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms up. Stretching your body again. Lengthening the whole body. Deep breath in. And exhale. Let it go. And then wobble yourself into your Shavasana. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Couple of those. And just let yourself relax. Let your breath soften. Let your body relax deeply, completely. Enjoy all of the energy you've just brought into your body. Allow yourself to deeply relax. Just feel your body sinking into the floor. Everything melting away. Releasing. 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 Everything melting away. Feel your breath gently rising and falling. Feel that prana flowing through your body. Maybe you can hear the pulse. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Gently start to call your awareness back to your body. Deepening and lengthening your breath. Feel free to stretch, wriggle. Feel free to keep your eyes closed as you begin your process of coming back to a comfortable seat. And bringing your hands together in front of your heart space. Feeling that lovely connection between your palms and your fingers. And reconnecting with your intention from the beginning of our practice. Filling yourself with gratitude and love and appreciation. And we'll seal our practice with the Shanti mantra. Taking a deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bowing your head slightly, sending thoughts of love and gratitude to your body, to your mind, and to your spirit. And sending those thoughts into the rest of the world. Keeping your eyes closed and rubbing your hands together. And palming your eyes or placing your hands anywhere on your body that could use more love. Breathing that energy in and spreading it all over your body. Thank you so much for joining me.